Welcome to my channel ViewMath. Today let's see ratio and proportion. In that ratio and proportion we'll see the problem. If A is to B is equal to 3 is to 4 and B is to C is equal to 6 is to 7, find first subdivision A is to B is to C and second subdivision A is to C. So in this problem what they have given is A is to B they have given, which is equal to 3 is to 4, and B is to C is also given. B is to C is equal to 6 is to 7 they have given. They are asking us to find out A is to B is to C. That means they are asking us to combine these two ratios. In order to combine these two ratios, the B ratios must be same, only then we can combine A is to B is to C. Now you can see here in the first ratio B is 4 and in the second ratio B is 6. So we have to make these two same and then we can combine. So what to do is I am going to multiply the first ratio by 6 and the second ratio by 4. Now if I multiply, I will be getting A is to B is equal to, if I multiply it by 6, 3 into 6 is 18 and 4 into 6 is 24. Again the second ratio B is to C is equal to, I am going to multiply this by 4. So 6 into 4 is 24 is to 7 into 4 is 28. Now you can see the B ratios are same, so I can combine the ratios. So A is to B is to C is equal to 18 is to, in the B place, 24 is to, in the C is 28. So this is A is to B is to C. I cannot leave it like this because I have to reduce to its lowest term. So you can see here 2 times I can cancel, 2 9 times, 2 12 times and 2 14 times is 28. So A is to B is to C is 9 is to 12 is to 14. And you can see this is your first subdivision. Your second subdivision is A is to C, they are asking us to find out. From here I can write the second subdivision. A is to C, which is equal to A is 9 is to C is 14. So 9 is to 14 is A is to C. Now let's see the next problem. If A is to B is equal to 2 is to 5 and A is to C is equal to 3 is to 4, find A is to B is to C. Solution. In this problem what is given is A is to B is equal to 2 is to 5 they have given, and A is to C is equal to 3 is to 4 they have given. They are asking us to find A is to B is to C. They are asking us to combine these two ratios. To combine these two ratios I have to make the A values same, only then I can combine. So I can see here the A value is 2 in the first ratio and 3 in the second ratio. So I have to make this value same and then I can combine the two ratios. So in order to make the A value same, I am going to multiply the first ratio by 3 and the second ratio by 2. So what happened is, now A is to B is equal to 2 into 3 is 6 is to 5 into 3 is 15. The second ratio A is to C is equal to 3 into 2 is 6 is to 4 into 2 is 8. Now I can combine because the A value is same in both the ratios. Now I can combine. So A is to B is to C is equal to A is 6, B is 15 and C is 8. So now let's see the next problem. If 3A is equal to 4B is equal to 6C, find A is to B is to C. what is given is 3a is equal to 4b is equal to 6c. They have given in the question. They're asking us to find out a is to b is to c. Now I need to make these three quantities, that is 3a, 4b and 6c. All the three quantities must be equal. This is only condition we have. We have to make all these three quantities equal, and then I have to find out a, b, c. So in order to make all these quantities equal, I'm going to find out the LCM of 3, 4, 6. So I need to find out the LCM. 2 times 3 as such. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3. Again 2 times 3 as such. 1, 3. 3 times 1, 1, 1. So the LCM of 3, 4, 6 is 2 into 2 into 3. It is equal to 12. So 12 is the LCM. So I'm going to make all these three quantities to be equal to 12 and find out A, B and C. Now 3 into A, I have to make this to be equal to 12. So 3 into 4 gives me 12. This is equal to 4 into 3 gives me 12 and 6 into 2 gives me 12. So this is your A and this is your B and this is your C. Therefore, A is to B is to C is equal to 4, is to B value is 3, is to C value is 2. So A is to B is to C is equal to 4 is to 3 is to 2. Now let's see the next problem. If 2a is equal to 3b and 4b is equal to 5c, find a is to c. So what is given in this problem is 2a is equal to 3b and 4b is equal to 5c. So first I need to combine these two ratios and then I have to find out A, B and C, and finally I'll be finding out A is to C. So in order to combine these two ratios, I need to make these two values same and only then I can combine the two ratios. So in order to make the same, I'm going to multiply the first equation by 4 and the second one by 3. So what happens is 4 into 2a is 8a is equal to 12b and the second equation becomes 12b is equal to 15c. Now I can see these two are same, so I can combine the two equations. So it is 8a is equal to 12b is equal to 15c. Now I need to find out A, B and C. So to find out A, B and C, I am going to find out the LCM of 8, 12 and 15. 2 times 4, 2 times 6 and 15 as such I am writing, and 2 times 2, 3, 15 as such I am writing, and again 2 times 1, 3 and 15. Now I'm going to take 3, 1 as such, 3 1 times and 3 5 times. Now by 5, 1, 1, 5, 1 times. So the LCM of 8, 12 and 15 is, I need to multiply 2 into 2, again 2, 3 and 4. If I multiply, I am getting 120. 120 is my LCM. So I'm going to make 8a is equal to 12b is equal to 15c to be equal to 120 to find out A, B and C. So 8 into If I multiply by 15, 8 into 15 gives me 120, which is equal to 12 into 10. 12 times 10 is 120 and 15 into 8 gives 120. So now I can combine this. So your A value is 15 and your B value is 10 and your C value is 8. So what they're asking us to find out is A is to C, they are asking us to find out. So A is to C is equal to 15 is to 8. Now let's see the next problem. Find the compound ratio of 2 is to 3, 9 is to 14 and 14 is to 27. We know that the compound ratio of A is to B, C is to D and E is to F is A into C into E. The antecedent A, C and E is to consequent B into D into F. This is the compound ratio. Here they are asking us to find out the compound ratio of the compound ratio of 2 is to 3, 9 is to 14 and 14 is to 27. They are asking us to find out. So I'm going to combine the antecedent 2, 9 and 14. So it gives me 2 into 9 into 14 is to consequent 3, 14 and 27. 3 into 14 into 27. So I cannot leave it like this. I have to reduce. So I can see that 14 and 14 is common. So I can cancel 3 1 times, 3 3 times. Again 3 1 times, 3 9 times. So the ratio is 2 is to 9. Now let's see the next problem. Find the compound ratio of 2a is to 3b, mn is to x square and x is to n. They are asking us to find out. The compound ratio of 2a is to 3b, mn is to x square and x is to n is, so I have to multiply all the antecedent 2a, mn and x. 2a into mn into x is to all the consequent 3b into x square into n. So this is a compound ratio. So let me simplify this. Here n term is same, so I can cancel n term, and x here at the square, so I can cancel. So I am left over with 2am is to this side, 3b, 1 x I have cancelled, 1 more x side, so 3b x. This is a compound ratio. Let me do one more problem. Find the compound ratio of square root of 2 is to 1, 3 is to root 5 and square root of 20 is to 9. So let me find out the compound ratio of this solution. The compound ratio of root 2 is to 1, 3 is to square root of 5 and square root of 20 is to 9. We have to find out. So let me multiply all the antecedent. Square root of 2 into 3 into square root of 20 is to consequent. Let me multiply 1 into square root of 5 into 9. Now I have to simplify this. Now I can write this as square root of 2 into 3 into square root of 20. I can write it as 4 into 5. This is to 1 into square root of 5 into 9. Now I can bring this 4 outside the square root, so I'll be getting 2 into root 5. So if I bring this 4 outside, it becomes 2, and root 5 as such I have written is to 1 into root 5 into 9. Now I can cancel square root of 5 and square root of 5, which is common in both sides, and here 3 1 times and 3 3 times. So now I am having here 2 into square root of 2 is to, this is my antecedent, here 3. So this is the compound ratio. Now let's see the next problem. Find the duplicate ratio of 3:4. Solution. We know that the duplicate ratio of A is to B is duplicating, that is A square is to B square. This we know, so I am going to use this to find out the duplicate ratio of 3:4. The duplicate ratio of 3:4 is 3 square is to 4 square. So this is equal to 3 square is 9 is to 4 square is 16. So this is a duplicate ratio. Now let me do the second subdivision. The duplicate ratio of the second subdivision, what is asked is the duplicate ratio of 3√3 is to 2√5. This is equal to, this is 3√3 the whole square is to 2√5 the whole square. So 3 the whole square is 9 into, so if I square √3 the whole square, it becomes 3 is to 2 the whole square is 4, and if I square root of 5, it becomes 5. So 9 into 3 is 27 is to 4 into 5 is 20. So this is the duplicate ratio. Now let's see the next problem. Find the triplicate ratio of 1:3. Solution. The triplicate ratio of A:B is triplicate. So A cube is to B cube. So using this, I am going to find out the triplicate ratio of 1:3. The triplicate ratio of 1:3 is 1 the whole cube is to 3 the whole cube. 1 the whole cube is 1, and 3 the whole cube is 3 into 3 into 3, which is 27. So this is the triplicate ratio of 1:3. Now I am going to do the second subdivision. This is your first subdivision. Now I am going to do the second subdivision. Find the triplicate ratio of m by 2 is to n by 3. I can just cube both the things. So in order to make it simple, I am going to simplify this, and then I am going to do m by 2 is to n by 3. I can write it as m by 2, the whole thing divided by n by 3. So this is equal to m by 2 into this, I have to take to the numerator, it becomes a reciprocal, n by 3 by n, which is equal to 3m by 2n, that is, this is equal to, this is nothing but 3m is to 2n. So m by 2 is to n by 3 can also be written as 3m is to 2n. So now it is easy for me to find out the triplicate ratio. The triplicate ratio of 3m is to 2n is 3m the whole cube is to 2n the whole cube. 3 the whole cube is 27, m cube is to 2 the whole cube is 8, so 8n cube. This is the triplicate ratio of 3m is to 2n. Now let's see the next problem. Find the subduplicate ratio of 9 is to 16. Solution. The subduplicate ratio of A is to B is square root of A is to square root of B. This is the subduplicate ratio of A is to B. So using this, I'm going to find out the subduplicate ratio of 9 is to 16, which is equal to square root of 9 is to square root of 16. So this is equal to square root of 9 is 3 and square root of 16 is 4. This is a subduplicate ratio of 9 is to 16. This is the first subdivision. Now let me do the second subdivision. The subduplicate ratio of x minus 4 the whole power 4, x minus y the whole power 4 is to x plus y the whole power 6. This is equal to square root of x minus y the whole power 4 is to square root of x plus y the whole power 6. So if I take the square root of x minus y the whole power 4, the power is 4, I have to reduce into half. So I'll be getting it as x minus y the whole square is to x plus y the whole power 6 by 2, which is equal to 3. So this is the subduplicate ratio of x minus y the whole power 4 is to x plus y the whole power 6. Now let's see the next problem. Find the subtriplicate ratio of 64 is to 27. This is the first subdivision and this is the second subdivision. Now let me find out the subtriplicate ratio. The subtriplicate ratio of A is to B is cube root of A is to cube root of B. This is a subtriplicate ratio of A is to B. So using this, I'm going to find out the subtriplicate ratio of (64) is to 27, which is cube root of 64 is to cube root of 27. So cube root of 64, which is nothing but 4 into 4 into 4, I can write as 64, I can write it as 4 into 4 into 4, and 27 I can write it as 3 into 3 into 3. So now the cube root of 64 is 4 and the cube root of 27 is 3. So this is the sub-triplicate ratio. Now let me do the second subdivision. The sub-triplicate ratio of x cube is to 125 y cube is cube root of x cube is to cube root of 125 y cube. Now this I can write as, let me write this one as it is. Cube root of x cube is to cube root of 125, I can write it as 5 into 5 into 5 y cube. Now cube root of x cube is x is to cube root of 5 into 5 into 5 y cube is 5y. So this is the sub-triplicate ratio.